is up, guys? It's Nola K, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be going over my key matchups and just my predictions for the Saints at the Detroit Lions Game 4. And man, it's not looking really bright. I thought this would be a redemption game, but I don't know. The injuries, you may or may not know, but there are some big injuries that's going to hold us back for Sunday's game. It's really sad. It's like the Saints can't catch a break, but yeah. All right. So we're going to get into the injury report. It's on the screen right now. So we have Jared Cook, we have Marcus Davenport, Janoris Jenkins, Marshon, Lattimore, Andrus, Peat, Michael Thomas, and David Onyemata. Jared Cook, I really wasn't expecting back. To be honest, he did not practice. So Marcus Davenport, I was expecting back, but he somehow injured his toe. He aggravated his toe, so now he has a double injury to deal with. Dude's made of glass, to be honest. But I hope he hurries up. He needs to hurry up and heal and things like that. But anyways, Janoris Jenkins and Marshon Lattimore were a complete shock to me. They looked fine after Sunday's game. Well, they didn't look fine. Their performance at all was horrible. But, physically they looked fine. Nothing looked wrong with them. But they both have some injuries, and it's serious enough that they cannot play Sunday, which is horrible because the weakest link of our team, most people would probably say the secondary. And the fact that it's weak with our number one cornerback and our number two, and they're both out, and now we got to put P.J. Williams and prob in their position. Man, I'm really trying to stay positive, but come on. And oh my gosh, you see what happens when you leave PJ alone with literally anybody. Man, and the Who Dat Nation thought, oh my God, like it can't get any worse than this. Our defense can't get any worse than this. We can't have possibly any more flags. Man, Sunday's gonna be a circus. My goodness. But anyways, Andrus, Peat didn't expect back. Michael Thomas, to be honest, I didn't think he would be back. I know he practiced earlier in the week. It just felt too soon, either next week or after the bye. So, and then David Onyemata will most likely play. But we're gonna get into things that the Saints have to do on both sides of the ball to hopefully win even without all these notable star players in our lineup. So let's get into it. All right, in the offensive side of the ball, Drew Brees is going to have a better game than he did in Week 3. I thought he really improved from Week 2 to Week 3. He was more accurate, threw it more, and just had a better overall game. But Drew Brees, when it is time, because I think to win this game, we're going to need to use Kamara and Murray for sure. But on third and longs, when we can't throw it behind the sticks, Drew Brees and Sean Payton, I guess it's with play calling too, because play calling affects these type of decisions. For the love of God, please throw it beyond the sticks. Please do not throw it, say it's 3rd and 9. Don't throw it for 5 yards and expect your receiver to get it 4 yards. Like, that just, no. Throw it behind the sticks, please. I'm so tired of this. This is so basic. Like, throw it beyond the sticks. Again, I don't really think he's going to have the biggest game because I feel like Kamara and Murray, that's what's hot right now. So you go with the hot hand, and that's them. Kamara and Murray are going to have to shine like they did against the Packers. They both had really, really good games, and again, that's what's hot. They're both on fire right now, so I say go with it. And I don't know why we keep Sean Payton keeps forcing Drew to throw when Kamara and Murray are doing excellent at their position. I just don't know. But again, with Drew, The only thing I have with him is just when it is 3rd and 9 or 3rd and long, make sure it's behind the sticks, and can't keep dropping it off to Kamara and expecting him to keep making defenders miss. He can do that all day long, but I mean, it's sometimes not going to always work for the better. So next, since MT and Jared Cook are both out, Emmanuel Sanders, Tre'Quan Smith, Harris, and those are probably going to be the main people. They're going to have to step up in the receiving game. And even if Taysom wants to step up in the receiving game, I really don't mind that. Not mad at Taysom for fumbling. I mean, it happens, but he's also practically won us some games, like the playoffs last year. Like, I mean, he was really the only person that was doing anything during the Vikings game, if you recall. But and then we can get Adam Trautman in. We can get Benny Fowler and Marquez Callaway. Those are some of the new younger guys, but I'm not sure if they know the playbook exactly. But most likely Sanders, Tre'Quan, Harrison, again, even Taysom Hill could be incorporated. But it would be nice to see if the young guys step up. But again, I'm not sure Drew necessarily trusts them. Again, with Drew, he has to build a connection and trust before he throws. It's just how he is. I mean, if you're wide open, he's probably going to throw it. But, these guys are younger and not really used to the Saints, how they are and just how they operate. So the O-line is going to have to give enough time for Drew Brees to throw the ball when he is going to throw the ball. And they're going to have to, like last game, open up big holes for Kamara and Murray, who should have a pretty good game. The defense, the Lions' defense against the Cardinals had 3 picks, but I think it was more of Kyler Murray's mistakes rather than the defense making an excellent call or play. I mean, they were practically in the game. The Cardinals were still in the game. It took a last-minute late field goal for the Lions to secure the win, and they had no time left, so that's how the game boiled down. But if you can still be in a game and throw 3 picks, that kind of says something about the Lions. I felt like it was Kyler Murray's fault rather than the defense just making a good play. So I'm kind of sick, by the way. That's why you hear it in my voice. But like I said, I think Kamara and Murray should have a good game. Same with Drew, to be honest. The Lions' defense isn't that great. I think we should have success moving the ball downfield. That's also something Drew needs to do. We've had too many 3-and-outs. We had a 3-and-out for the first possession of last week's game. Like, the first possession of any team, we had a 3-and-out. Like, you can't be starting the offense like that. You shouldn't really have a 3-and-out in any point of the game, but definitely not when you first get the ball. Like, it's the start of regulation. Like, no. That's not okay. But, yeah, again, we just got to push the ball downfield, and there's been a couple times where we were in the red zone and we simply couldn't convert a 3rd down, and we end up kicking a field goal. Touchdowns would be nice in the red zone instead of field goals. One last thing to note is that the Lions have only had 3 sacks this entire season. That's not really good, so I don't think the pass rush should be that good. Again, it could be because the quarterbacks somehow managed to escape the pocket, but we know Drew Brees doesn't run, so he'd most likely be sacked. But that's really not good. So I'm gonna go and say that the offensive line will be fine. We have a very good offensive line, so even against one of the best defensive lines, like Tampa had a good front 7, we were still dominant. So yeah, I think Drew should be fine. But moving on to the defensive side, this is where it gets very, very tricky, and the missing Marshon, Lattimore, and Janoris Jenkins really hurts. I mean, it hurts when they're on the field too, but it hurts even more knowing that others will be on the field. But the Lions have some pretty good weapons offensively. the number one person to be looking at, if I'm Dennis Allen, you got to be looking at Kenny Golladay. Like, that dude is gonna have. He had a pretty good game against the Cardinals as well. He's a good player. He's a good wide receiver. See, the thing about it is that the Lions have a lot of good other offensive weapons. They have Marvin Jones Jr., they have TJ Hockenson, they have Jesse James, Danny Amendola, and running backs in Adrian Peterson and DeAndre Swift. So, like, again, if Dennis Allen wants to double team Kenny Golladay, it leaves other people more open in one-on-one matchups that they could most likely beat. So, I mean, it's really tricky in the secondary. It's tricky with both of our number 1 and 2 cornerbacks, but even without this, man, it's bad. Again, most of these people are underrated, and you don't have to be a known named name to catch a football in the Saints secondary. I could probably go out there and catch a football. I'm just playing, but in all seriousness, these guys, how can I say something positive about the Saints? I mean, it's so short notice, and we're already struggling with the best that we have. So how am I supposed to think that our backups are supposed to play the same as them or better? It's just I just don't see it playing out like that. I just don't know how. I know how it's going to go down, but I just don't really know what to say. It's just not looking good for the Saints secondary or the Saints defense in general. But I can tell you what could help. Having an effective pass rush could really, really, really help the Saints out, because we haven't had a good pass rush since week 1. And Tom Brady gets the ball out fast, but Matthew Stafford, he kind of holds the ball on a little longer. But still, I think if we have an effective pass rush, that can make Matthew Stafford feel uncomfortable and maybe throw some throws that he doesn't want to throw. Maybe an interception happens or just incompletes. That's good, and just force them to get off the field. Like, if we can have a good pass rush, we will be okay. So guys like Trey Hendrickson need to step up. Granderson, Cam the Man, he should be number 1. I know he's getting double teamed a lot, which it happens, but like Malcolm Roach has to step up, Malcolm Brown, David Onyemata, and I was hoping that Marcus Davenport could come back, but because he's really, really good in getting pass rush, and maybe he could have gotten a sack, but I mean, that's out the window at this point. I don't even know if he's coming. I don't even know if he's going to play for the 2020 season. Not even sure, to be honest. The track record he's on, he might injure his finger. I don't know, but man, it would have really made a difference if Davenport was in the game. He's a good player, guys, but unfortunately, injuries after injuries after injuries. So what gives me hope about the Saints pass rush being good is the fact that the Cardinals ended up getting 4 sacks on Matthew Stafford last week, and I'm hoping that we can get a sack. I mean, I would be okay if Dennis Allen decides to blitz and bring in CD Deuce or Demario Davis and we get a sack, but I would love if our front 4 got one, and that they're just... I hope that they just have an effective pass rush all game long. That would be my hope, but doesn't really work like that. Our run defense, I'm not really concerned. Adrian Peterson, DeAndre Swift, not really concerned about them. They're not going to have 100. Oh, I hope not. I mean, if you can pass effectively, it opens up the run game just a bit. So, I mean, they might have success there, but ultimately, I don't really think either one of these running backs will have a good game, and they will definitely not get over 100 yards. So time for predictions and picks. Literally every bone in my body, most of my bones in my body, are telling me, Kayla, look, you see what's on the table. It's not a lot. It's barely any. What are you gonna do with that? Make magic out of it? I'm looking and I'm just thinking, man, it don't look pretty. But you know what? I'm gonna follow my heart. And if my heart leads me in the wrong path, in the wrong direction, that's okay. I'm not gonna follow my head. My head is telling me, what are you gonna do with that? Look at it. You see what's happening. You see everything that says, no, we're not gonna win. But you know what? I'm gonna follow my heart. And it's okay. I have no money on the line with this. Saints by 3. Again, I have no money on the line for this. I'm not going to be surprised if they lose. Who would be surprised if they lose? But, yeah. Mama always told me to follow my heart. No, I'm kidding. But, yeah. Saints by 3, honestly. Don't ask me how. Like, I could give you an explanation of how they could win. But please don't ask me how. It's somehow they're going to get it done. Really, I could give you an explanation, but it's really not going to make any sense. But, yeah, Saints by 3, final answer. Locked in. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think of this matchup in this game. If you're a Saints fan, let me know. If you're a Lions fan, let me know. And if you're neither, just let me know. I will be responding back, and I like hearing what you guys have to say. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and who dat?